What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're back with another Lions update that does not look good. I told you I was going to keep you updated, so here we are. Let's get into it. Okay, so we have two things to talk about in today's video. One thing we are going to be talking about is the Lions draft pick, okay, where they may land and where they are currently. We're also going to be talking about a player that was put on IR today. There's a lot of players on IR for the Lions, okay? So here we go. Like I said, y'all, there's tons of players on IR, okay? Let me just name a couple off my head. I know Marvin Hall is now on IR. Jeff Driscoll's on IR. Now we have this man on IR, and that is TJ Hockenson, okay? We have tons of guys throughout the entire season for the injury reserve list, and now it's TJ Hockenson, our first round pick of this season or last season, out of Iowa. So this is super unfortunate. Now we know the season, there's really nothing to play for right now, and really the only thing you're going to risk is him getting hurt again, because he was hurt earlier this year. If you guys can remember, when he tried to hurdle someone, didn't work very well. He got injured. He came back, he got healthy from that, but you don't want him injured again. Again, the last 4 games, there's really no reason. I can see why you put on IR, especially if he's dealing with anything, because he is your first round pick, whether or not you like him or not. This is who the Lions took. They need to make sure this guy is healthy, because next year's going to be a very big year for TJ Hockenson. Didn't have the best year of the season. Now, tight ends don't usually come in and have a very big impact, but as the 8th pick in the draft as a tight end, didn't have a very good impact at all for the Lions, okay? His first game was beautiful. I was like, dang, TJ, this dude's going to be unstoppable. Now, I will not like hate on him too much. There was a whole bunch of things you could tell by just watching. One, we had so many options on offense. Why we didn't have to force it to him. It wasn't like a guy that we had to go to. I have no problem with TJ Hockenson. I really don't. I would have loved to get an edge rusher, and I liked Greedy at the time. I get it. But I have no problem with TJ Hockenson. The reason he doesn't have crazy numbers is because we have Marvin Jones Jr., Kenny Galladay, Danny Amendola. We have all of these weapons. We were starting to run the football. Not like we had to give the ball to TJ Hockenson, okay? It wasn't like our offense was terrible and Hockenson wasn't playing well. We weren't really forcing it to him, which is okay as a rookie. His numbers weren't very great, but you don't see that a lot of rookies. So I'm not mad at him for that. But again, he's dealing with an injury, and this is something that you just don't want to see. So I'm kind of glad they put him on IR, especially when you know your last 4 games don't mean anything, at least for the playoff side of things. You may be playing for a draft pick. If you lose out, I don't know. But I think, that's a good move to just put him on IR. Hopefully he can get healthy, but after the first game, wasn't very consistent. I think he could take a nice leap in 2020 to 2020 season already. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, we're already talking about that. I hate talking about that. I really do. But that's kind of what we have to look at and look forward to at this point in the year. Again, I'll still keep you guys updated. You know what it's about around here. We're also going to be talking about the draft order. So we're going to be getting into this. Currently, the Detroit Lions sit at the 6th pick in the NFL draft for this year's draft. Now, I know a lot of people want Chase Young. They're like, tank for Chase, tank for Chase. Y'all, we just are trash. We're not tanking, we are trash. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. We're not a good team at this point. So, maybe whether you call it tanking or you don't call it tanking, we're losing football games. It's the same thing, right? You tank to lose. We play to lose. I don't know what's going on here. I'm sorry. Look, we're not winning games. But the Lions currently sit at the 6th pick, which is kind of unfortunate because, apparently Bob Quinn said this wouldn't happen again, but it is happening again. If I was typing right now, I put SMH, shaking my head, and I'd be like this. You know how they tilt their head a little bit. They don't actually shake their head because it's not moving. Like, they don't have a... Okay, so right now, let me get into this. First off, the number 1 pick currently sits with the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't see us passing the Cincinnati Bengals anytime... I don't see us passing the Cincinnati Bengals anytime soon. They're 1-11. They play the Browns, the Patriots, the Dolphins, and the Browns. Maybe they beat the Browns twice. Maybe they beat the Dolphins. I don't know. I don't think we'll pass the Cincinnati Bengals. They basically have to win 3 games. Sorry, I'm not trying to say Bengals. I'm really not. I'm going to go with Bengals. It just sounds nicer. Number 2 is the Giants. Now, they have 2 wins on a season. We currently have 3, but we also have a tie, which... a lot of people are like, oh, that tie can come back to bite us when it comes to playoffs. Actually, the tie is going to come back to bite us when it comes to getting a higher draft pick. It's crazy how things work out. Giants have the Eagles, the Dolphins, and the Redskins, and the Eagles the last 4 games this season. I could see them beating the Dolphins, and I could also maybe see them beating the Redskins. So we never know. They could potentially lose that spot. I don't think they will. I think the Giants are definitely going to continue to lose out. I don't see them winning. But if that is the case, that would mean they would beat the Dolphins. Or, the Dolphins would beat them. So that means the Dolphins would have 4 wins. If we lose out, which, honestly, even if we're not trying to, I think we're going to lose out. We put the Vikings, the Buccaneers, the Broncos, and the Packers. I don't think we'll beat any of those teams. That puts us at 3-12-1. I hate that I'm talking about this. I really do. Trust me. This hurts me. But this is the position we are in. This is what I have to talk about because we can't talk playoffs anymore. Then, at number 5, we have the Atlanta Falcons, who have the Panthers, the Niners, the Jaguars, the Buccaneers. They may beat the Jags. They may beat the Buccaneers. I don't know. I mean, they were trying to win. They got like 3 wins in a row. Like, okay, I see you. Or back-to-back wins. And now they're losing again. Falcons, I don't know what happened to you guys. Okay, I think that's the neighbor with the Mustang. That boy got some pipes on that car, I tell you. Dang. I bet y'all could hear that one. Okay, stop. Okay, and then at number 4, I skipped the Miami Dolphins. They're also 3-9. They play the Jets, the Giants, the Bengals, the Patriots. I can see them beating the Bengals. So a lot of these teams are actually going to be playing each other. I guess the trash teams play each other at the end of the year. I hate this. I hate this so much. Yo, we could potentially get the 4th pick of the draft. I don't think we'll be any higher than that. We could get the 3rd, I guess. The other 2 teams, there's no way we've had the Giants. I don't see us passing the Bengals. So it looks like highest opportunity would be the 3rd pick where the Redskins sit because they did beat us, so they would have the tiebreaker as long as they win one more game. I don't think they'll win another game. Eagles, Packers, Giants, Cowboys, they may beat the Giants. It'll move around. The Lions could potentially get to number 3. They sit at 6. It's really, that's your range. 3, 5, 4. Talking like this is messing me up. I really don't like talking about this. 3, 4, 5, 6 is where I see the Lions could potentially have their draft pick. And right now we have a lot of needs, okay? I think that for the Lions' sake, we need to get an edge rusher. Definitely. I think when you look at some of our needs, edge rusher is a big need. I think tackle is going to be a big need, okay? Someone on the offensive line. I think tackle is going to be that guy, okay? Maybe it's Rick Wagner, maybe it's for Decker. We're going to need a tackle, maybe even another guard because of that little rotation we're going there. Maybe a cornerback, okay? I think it's mainly defense, linebackers, edge rushers. It's mainly defense with an offensive lineman. That's how I look at it. You could throw in a running back if you want, but I don't think we need one. I don't know if we do. Bo Scarborough looks pretty good. I think that's where we're sitting right now. Defense and O-line. Defense and O-line. Okay, that's what we need, and I think there's going to be a lot of options no matter where we are in there. Now, if you want Chase Young, I don't think it will happen. I think it would take us trading up no matter what, even if we lost out when everything were perfectly. Even when we got to the 3rd spot, I think Chase Young goes at least at 2. They could go number 1, and that would mean we have to trade up. I don't see Bob Quinn doing that. I really don't see that happening. So, at this point, I don't know if that's going to be an option, but maybe it will be. I know a lot of you guys want to see it happen. We'll see if it does happen. Miracles do happen, I guess. This is not really a miracle. There you go. Let me hear your thoughts, comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.